back to a new video, and before I forget, happy 4th of July to my southern neighbors. By the time this video comes out, it'll be a few days after the fact, so I hope you guys had a great day of celebrating. I am cutting alfalfa right now, and a pretty disappointing discovery that I made. I drove over an antler, and it was actually a really nice one. So that's really too bad. I broke off multiple points here, so here and this one. Yeah, look at that. That's really too bad. I'm not sure if this was broken before. That was over there. So that's, yeah, it's really too bad. But still makes a really cool chew toy for the dogs, so. Yeah, the alfalfa looks pretty okay. There's a lot of weeds dispersed throughout, but feed is feed at this point, so we're taking what we have. Back in the cab, just finished doing those drone shots. That was my actual second time filming with it. I put it off because I'm really nervous to crash it. It's really easy to use. I just don't trust uncontrollable factors like the wind or the weather or, you know, losing signal or something like that. I'm really scared that something uncontrollable will happen, but it went pretty good. I'm pretty confident that I got some good shots. You guys can be the judge of that. You will have seen them at this point because they'll be the opening of the video. So yeah, practicing a little bit with the drone, but gotta get back to work. So I'm in our little goat barn area here. I'm going to be taking off Rosetta's old wrap and putting a new one on. So what I've been doing is treating her with an anti-inflammatory painkiller medicine and then an antibiotic, just so that she's not so much in pain and can hopefully start to try and walk a little bit more normally. It's been slow going with the healing process, but these things take time, so she's just, you know, taking her time. But what I'm doing here is I'm putting unpasteurized honey on it because this is antibacterial and it also has some anti-inflammatory properties. This is actually my horse medikit. I wear gloves when I do all of this stuff. And then what I've been doing is putting on this poultice pad. So it's actually like the full length of this package. It's almost a foot long. But I've cut it up into strips so that it will fit a goat's leg better. So it's a lot thinner and I can get more uses out of it that way. But basically you just soak it with water and then you wrap it around the leg and then you put some vet wrap around that. And that will help to keep the leg a little bit cooler because, you know, if you've got an infection or just a cut or whatever, it generates a lot of heat and it's not really comfortable. So, and that also helps to keep it clean and to just keep the swelling down. So I'm gonna show you guys that whole process. And yeah, so what I have to do with Rosetta, since she's not really that tame, is I have to pin her against the wall with one leg and hold her there. This doesn't hurt her. This just makes it so that she can't struggle and get away and hurt herself more. So it's gonna look like I'm really pressing on her. It's not hurting her. It's just so that I can keep her still and make sure that she doesn't hurt herself further by trying to fight me to get away. And after a little while, she does just accept the fact that she can't get away and she calms down. So just as a preface, so you know what's going on. I know. So, obviously she's not in the greatest shape. Don't worry about that stuff. I'll clean that up after the video. After I'm done videotaping, she's not going to eat it anyway. But that's basically what I do to help her out. Obviously, she's not walking on it yet. I really, like, that cut on her leg went really pretty deep. And with my horse, it took like 6 weeks before it scabbed over. and that means still no scar tissue, but scabbing. So it's a long process, and you have to be patient, and you have to be willing to put in the work to be able to get them back to normal, but I'm still confident she'll make a full recovery. I'm out of breath from standing like that for so long. It's really not great, but that's about the only way I can really help her out the best. So that's why I sort of pin her against the wall. You can see that she does try to get away a couple times, but that's really honestly the best way for me to be able to help her out. So that's what she's looking like now. I think about a week after, and she'll walk on it tenderly and limp a little bit. Like, she's not, if you chase her obviously to work on her, there you go, you can see that now. So she'll put a little bit of weight on it. She didn't used to do that, right, Rosetta? And another thing that I wanted to point out, because I did check her, and I've checked her multiple times now for anything that's kind of broken, so I do like a little movement. I try to work with her, I don't know what the anatomy is called, but basically her wrist and then her knee and then her shoulder, and I work on sort of bending those and working with them just to make sure that they're still doing okay. And she doesn't cry out with any of the bending movements. What she does is cry out a little bit when I press on the actual wounds. So that tells me that there's nothing broken. It's really just the cuts that are bothering her, which, you know, could have been a broken bone, but it's not. So that's how I know that she's not got anything broken. And I think it's also important to note that she's really happy to eat and drink still. So she's just taking her sweet time. But we have some happier news, and these two are growing like crazy. They're honestly my best buds. They're like 2.5 weeks old now, so they're so sweet and very playful, right? Frontier. And then Trailblazer in the back, he's always a little bit shy to face me straight on, which is funny because his name is Trailblazer. You would think that he's the one that's not afraid, but it's Frontier that's the most playful and the bravest one. So, and if you sit in their pen, they will jump on you like this all day, literally all day. So they're doing really well. Their horns are actually starting to come in, which is funny. They're just little nubbins right now. You guys funny? They're such characters, and I honestly cannot believe how human their expressions are. Like, they're so personable and playful and happy. And I probably shouldn't let them do this, because when they're older it's going to be a lot more of a problem, but they're small for now, and you can always teach them later not to do that, right? But yeah, it amazes me how much expression goats have. That's one thing that I've really learned in the last little while of having goats, is that they're really full of expression and personality, and they're just so fun to be around. And you can tell I'm around these guys a lot, so. That's a little update on these two. And I wanted to mention as well that we ended up starting silaging today, the next day after my second day of cutting. So I started on the 4th, I was cutting all of the 5th, it's the 6th today, and we've got some guys trying to escape here now. I'm not too sure how much we've gotten off the land so far, or how many tons to the acre, or how many loads. I'll know by the end of tomorrow for sure. But yeah, so that's a little update on the silaging. So I was able to have a little bit of a day off today where I got to relax and just kind of hang out. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and share with a friend. Fayette says hi. You guys are funny. You want some attention too? So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I better sign off properly before they escape. Bye.